Welcome to the Mobile Home Friend YouTube channel. I am Charles Odell, and this is your primary resource for everything manufactured housing. Whether you are tackling a full remodel like the one you see here, or just looking for honest advice on repairs and financing, we provide the data and technical deep dives you need to succeed. Our mission is simple: to help you save money and improve your home through first principles logic and transparent cost breakdowns. For the full technical guides and even more resources, visit us at mobilehomefriend.com.
Welcome to another deep dive from Mobile Home Friend. Today, we're looking at one of the single most important DIY jobs you can do to protect your home, and it's all based on our latest research at mobilehomefriend.com. We are talking about how to replace your main water shutoff valve.
Whoa. Okay, so right out of the gate, you're hitting us with a big, kind of scary number. What in the world is $10,000?
Yeah, that's the kind of bill you could be staring at for water damage. It's what happens when a pipe lets go, and the one thing that's supposed to be your safety net, that shutoff valve, just completely fails you.
And believe me, this isn't just some made-up number. As our founder Chuck Odell always says, from his experience flipping over 100 homes, he's walked into this exact disaster. The floors are just mush, all because a cheap little part gave out.
Okay, so what is it that's actually failing? Is it just that they get old, or is there a specific kind of valve that's the real troublemaker here? This slide pretty much says it all. Over on the left, that's our villain, the gate valve. You know, the one with the round wheel handle. Honestly, they're junk. The little gate inside corrodes and seizes up, so when you finally need it in an emergency, it either won't budge or the stem just snaps right off. Now, on the right, that's our hero, the ball valve. See the lever? One simple quarter turn and the water is off. It's just so much more reliable. This is the upgrade you need to make, period.
All right, you've convinced me the ball valve is the way to go. So, before I just run out to the hardware store, what do I need to know about my own plumbing setup first?
Okay, first things first, you gotta do a little recon. You need to find two different valves. The first is the main supply shutoff for your whole lot, usually out by the street or on a riser pipe. And a huge word of caution here. If that thing looks ancient and crusty, do not mess with it. Call your park manager. Trust me. Then you find the house shutoff. That's our target. You'll usually find it under the home or maybe near the water heater.
Next, you've got to play detective and figure out what kind of pipes you have, because that changes the parts you'll need. A lot of modern homes have PEX. You'll see it in red, blue, or white. Super common. You might also find CPVC, which is that rigid, kind of cream-colored plastic. But if you see this gray pipe, that's polybutylene, and you need to stop and pay very close attention.
Right. That gray pipe, polybutylene, it's pretty infamous for getting brittle and just failing out of nowhere. But the really critical thing to know for this job is that it's a slightly different size than modern PEX pipe. That means you can't just slap a standard fitting on it. You have to use a special part called a transition coupling to connect it to your new valve. We're not doing a super deep dive on that here, but the Mobile Home Friend website has an entire guide on how to work with this stuff.
Got it. Find the valves, know my pipe type. So, let's get into it. Can you walk us through the actual step-by-step for doing the replacement?
You bet. And you know, the best part is how simple the toolkit is for this. We're big fans of using a push-to-connect ball valve, like a shark bite, because it means you don't need any fancy, expensive crimping tools. All you really need is a basic pipe cutter for a nice clean cut, and then some insulation and maybe some heat cable if you live where it freezes.
So the process itself is surprisingly simple. Step 1, kill the main water supply at the street, then open your faucets to drain the pipes. Step 2, cut that old valve out. Just make sure your cuts are as straight and clean as you can get them. 3, push the new ball valve on. You'll actually feel it pop into place. 4, go back to the street, turn the water on slowly, and then check your work like a hawk for any drips. And finally, step 5, protect that new valve. Wrap it up with insulation. You know, that sounds way more manageable than I thought it would be. But let's talk about the bottom line here. What's this going to cost me? And is it really worth the effort to do it myself versus just calling a plumber?
That really is the big question, isn't it? But I'd actually flip it right back around and ask this. When you look at the risks of not doing it, can you really afford not to?
Wow, okay, yeah. That chart puts it all into perspective. I mean, you could be saving $500 or even more. That's right, the parts themselves are cheap. It's the labor that gets you. As we noted on the site, these are just estimates, and you know labor costs are always climbing. For the most up-to-date cost breakdown and direct links to the parts we recommend, you can always check out the full article on mobilehomefriend.com.
And that really gets to the heart of it, you know. This goes way beyond just saving a few bucks. This is about taking control, about protecting your biggest investment. You're basically buying yourself a decade of solid peace of mind for less than $100 and maybe an hour of your time.
That's the key takeaway right there. In a real emergency, every single second counts. You need a valve that you know is going to work instantly, not one you have to wrestle with while water is pouring into your home.
So, we'll just leave you with this one question to think about. After hearing all this, can you say with 100% confidence that your home is protected? If there's even a little bit of doubt in your mind, you know what you need to do.
Thanks for watching. For more guides and the full article on this topic, head over to mobilehomefriend.com. Don't forget to check the links in the description below. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. For more technical guides on this topic, click the link to see the in-depth article over at mobilehomefriend.com. There are many more informational dives into manufactured home topics to investigate and keep your project moving forward.